In an email written by Ja, January 3rd, 2019, 8:52 p.m., after we hit song 100. Awesome! Now we can fight for the next few months about every detail of the next song. Never agreeing on the exact tempo, the rhythm, the chords or the progression of the chords, the melody, the various instruments, the lyrics, who should sing and so, until we reach a standstill and we both can't find a compromise. Our friendship will fall apart, and we'll stop talking to each other. Years will pass, and you'll shoot me an email about some completely different thing, updating me about your life and how you missed the good old days. And I'll respond to it, telling you about my life and asking to meet up. We'll reconcile our differences, and I'll bring up reuniting Kevin and the bikes. But you'll be hesitant, stating that it's risky to jump right back into the thing that tore us apart, and you'll decline. A few weeks later, you'll realize that we need to finish this project, and you'll call me up. Then we'll get together and write the best song we've ever written and publish it on Bandcamp. We'll die having obtained an obscure audience in an out-of-the-way corner of the internet. Until centuries later, the cataclysm wipes out all of humanity, with the last remnants of human civilization being a fucked up CD player and an equally fucked CD titled 101 Songs from Kevin and the Bikes. An alien explorer will land on the Earth millennia after our extinction and dig through the ruins of our civilization and find this. After a research team on their planet, Crod, spends years figuring out how the CD and its corresponding player work, they'll play the CD. Nearly all of the tracks are not playable, the disc being too far damaged. But the last song begins to play. The aliens listen with intensity and begin to feel human emotions, something they've never experienced before. The listeners feel enlightened and attain complete inner peace. As the song finishes, the CD breaks, becoming irreparable. They despair, realizing that the song will never be played or heard of for the rest of eternity. They begin naming their children after the cast of Ed, Edd, and Eddy, as well as Ta, Ja, Ja, and Ka. The listeners live full lives, having obtained the highest wisdoms, teaching their children and their followers of their newfound knowledge. These elders grow popular, converting and convincing their entire interplanetary empire to their philosophy. All but one individual sing praise of their knowledge. This one alien boy points out a terrifying fact, that, in the song, which was the origin of all the galaxy's peace and nirvana, you and I, Ta, had told them that a dork must be destroyed. He realizes the weight of this message and begins planning suicide. His family is troubled and ask him why is he intending to kill himself when the answers have been found to life's problems. And he asks them, aren't dorks the source of all suffering? To which his dads, all three of them, respond, of course, my son. Then, right before he jumps off the cliff, he says, dork is crod, spelled backwards. And with those words, their whole civilization begins to collapse. That single utterance leads everyone into existential fear, terror, and despair. Rape, murder, suicide, theft, war, and death reach all-time highs. The last few survivors all decide to commit group suicide by flying into the sun. But before they take off, One of them has another revelation. That song gave us meaning, and then it took it away, he spoke. Why should we not just throw the song away and make our own meaning? Most of the crew called him a fool, with the exception of the one female, who saw truth in his idea. They both disported from the ship set on course for the sun. They wave goodbye to their friends, and the man makes plans to repopulate their planet. But she doesn't consent. She tells him, "This world decided to die, and we are the last of it. If we decide to live, we should go to a new world for our new life." He kisses her, and they both set their course for a little out-of-the-way corner of the universe. However, their navigation system miscalculates the path of their safest and quickest journey, and they shoot themselves into a black hole where they can see all of time flash around them, watching every star system, enormous nebula, and even space itself slowly die. They begin to weep, watching the end of the universe. Until suddenly, a light reappears. Another big bang. They fly through the new world, passing by the reborn galaxies and planets, until they reach an ample abode. They settle down on the only hospitable planet in that solar system. Their names, Ta and Ja. Okay, but seriously, guys, you guys gotta get Dorkcore right now, album of the year.